Oh, hello to you. Let me turn my glasses off. How y'all doing? This is Kathy. This is Kathy's Country Life, and I am outside today because I am going to use the grill, and we're going to fix some supper tonight and some stuff for some chicken salad for lunch the next couple of days. So thought I'd bring you along for the ride. So I'm out here right now, just hang on. Okay, so what I have here is some chicken thighs. I have generously seasoned them with salt, pepper, garlic seasoning, and smoked paprika. And we're just going to throw these, oops, not quite hot enough. We're going to go for it. We're just going to go for it. We're going to throw these on the black stone. And what I'm going to do with these is, when they get done, I'm going to take probably 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and we're going to top it with some goodness. We're going to top it with some barbecue sauce, some cheddar cheese, and do a melty bake on them. And then the other 3, I'm going to chop up and make chicken salad for lunch. That's my plan. So we're going to get these going. And I also got some cut up onion, and I got a couple pats of butter here, and we're going to soften up, kind of caramelize some onions. That's going to go on top of them too. I know. Might as well get this other burner over here going. Get that heated up. I'm only seasoning one side of this. Don't shoot me, but I generously seasoned this one side, so it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. So we're going to get this chicken all cooked up. I'll bring it back in a minute when I flip and do all that and start on the onions. But this is stage 1. Did y'all have a good Mother's Day? I had a pretty good Mother's Day. My son had to work. But that's okay. He's going to take me to lunch Thursday. And my daughter came over and spent the day, and we broke in the pool this year. We laid out for several hours. The water is still freezing, but it was so hot outside that we did have to stick our toes in and kind of cool off some. But it was fun, relaxing. She brought me a potted plant, flowers, big old Mother's Day balloon. She brought stuff. We had BLT. She brought the stuff to make BLTs here. So we had BLTs for lunch, and then for supper, we did the TikTok smashed hamburger tacos. I don't know if y'all have seen those. I've seen them on Instagram Reels, not TikTok, but same thing. But they're really good. You take a hamburger patty and you smash it over a soft tortilla shell. And I just put a soft tortilla shell down and put a hamburger ball on top of it, put some parchment over it. I just took my cast iron skillet and smushed it real good. And so it flattened the hamburger meat out really thin and to the circumference of the tortilla shell. And then you slap meat down on your grill. I mean, you can do it in a cast iron skillet inside. But you cook it till the hamburger meat's done. You flip it, and you kind of get that tortilla shell kind of crisped up a little bit, like a taco shell, but not that crispy. Not that crispy. And then we just topped it with a caramelized some onions, and we did some Big Mac sauce, which was just a bottle of Thousand Island, and some lettuce, and you just fold them up, and they were really good. That was a neat little thing. And you don't feel like you're getting like stuffed on the bun, you know, because it's a thin tortilla, so you're not like inhaling all that bread too, which I like bread now. But you kind of just felt like it was a lighter hamburger, which I know a tortilla has carbs and all that mess too, but that's kind of what it felt like. It was a healthier hamburger. Is there a healthier hamburger? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, we're going to flip these suckers and start our onions. My camera keeps cutting off, but here we are. I've added that pat of butter down here. And we're getting the onions all caramelized and ground up. Won't take them long at all. I have flipped over the chicken. Now it's searing in those sauces I put on it on the other side. And it's not going to take long for these onions to get soft. Dum mistake. I forgot to do the mushrooms. We got mushrooms too. Got to put up on here. These are just sliced button mushrooms. I did add salt to those. I'm sorry, y'all. I go this way so I can see better because the camera's in my face. I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better. Okay, we're going to get these. Stop it, Kathy. We're going to get these all sauteed up. Y'all get what I'm putting down? You see the direction we're going at with these chickens? Alright, we're going to get those going. Chicken strong. And that one's done. I did clean this out. I had parchment paper on there. I took the parchment paper off where the raw chicken was, and then I washed it out. So it's good. It's clean. And that one's good. Trying to get some of these thinner ones. This is how a really thick side to it. I'm going to let it go a little bit longer. We're going to put that a little bit longer. Focus on the strings. Good. Jibby, jibby, joo. We've got the meat grilled up and it smells great. Okay. I think that y'all are too far up my nostrils. There we go. Okay, so we got that done. Now then, the rest of it, assembling it, and basically you're just putting it in the oven to melt the cheese, get the toppings warm. So we're going to set this to the side and not think about it for a minute. But we will think about, I got paprika on my shirt right here because I wasn't wearing my apron, and that makes me mad. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do the thing I hate to do. 1 minute. Hold on. I'm coming. Alright. We're going to shred some cheese. If I don't get me a food processor with the shredder attachment on it. You watched any of my past videos. I had one that I got from the thrift store that was $6 maybe. I don't know. Used it for a while and then it went kaput. And I'm not going to buy a food processor with a shredder attachment on it just to shred cheese because that's all I'd use it for. So, and I haven't been to a thrift store in a while, so I'm going to have to start going back and checking them out. And they don't make a shredder attachment for the food processor blender that I have. It's a Ninja. It's a Ninja. And then I love it. And my son has a Ninja. They look the same. My model is different from his model. He got the shredder attachment for his model, but I can't find it for my model. Even going to the Ninja website, I can't find it for my model. So that's why I'm on the lookout for a cheapo food processor. A used one. A thrift store one. For just a few bucks. Okay. I was cutting off. The cheese kind of had some whiteness to it, so I was just cutting that off so I can shred it. This is raw. I think my dog would like this cheese that I cut off. This is, hold on, I'm getting the package. This is the Kerrygo Dubliner cheddar cheese, white cheddar cheese that I had gotten at Costco a while back. Do y'all want to watch me shred cheese? Can we bring the camera down here so you can see me shredding cheese? Probably not. We can just talk while I'm doing this, or I can just cut it off and bring it back when I'm done. What y'all want to do? Awkward silence. Awkward silence. Cash, darling. You want a piece of cheese? Come here. You want a piece of cheese? I'll shut you up. Come here. Let me give you a piece of cheese. There you go, baby. You eat that and quit barking. Okay, my outside dog's barking now, so it must be someone. Just a minute. It's the Hubs. Home from work. Okay, so the dogs are about to go really ape crap when he gets out of the truck. So I'm gonna finish shredding this up and then we'll be back. How's that work? You know what? I'd rather clean toilets and shred cheese. Okay, that's done. And I just went ahead and did that whole little block. And I'm gonna put the rest of it in a zippy and put it in the refrigerator so maybe I don't have to shred cheese next time. Voila! Just put this over here to the side. Okay. We will assemble the chicken in a moment. But for the side dish, and this may not interest y'all too much, but squash. I was thinking about doing a squash casserole. Got a really good recipe for a squash casserole, but I'm not. And the way that I'm doing this squash, y'all listen. This is not how I grew up doing my squash. My husband and my father-in-law, his daddy, liked squash like this. I guess it's something that grandparents, this is how they made it. Or what, but anyway, I think it was my father-in-law's mama that cooked squash this way, and this is how they like it. So, got 3, and y'all know squash shrinks down to nothing, so we're gonna get a little teaspoon each. But I'm just slicing it up. Y'all want to see that? It's exciting. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of darkish. Let me get some light down there. Okay, so I'm just slicing it. Not too thick, not too thin, just, and they're not even because I'm hand slicing it. But the way that they like it very brown. And I'm not talking about like crispy, really brown. I'm talking like cooked down brown. Very little flour. And you just cook it down almost like, it has some flour in it, but it's almost to where it is stewed down in brown butter. That's the closest thing I can tell you, because I cook it in butter, so the butter browns because it cooks for a while. And y'all, It's good. When my husband, when I was frying that squash, he's like, I like mine a little browner. So I'm like, I mean, because I get my squash pretty crispy and brown. And I was like, you want it browner? You want it burned? What? Huh? And he was like, no. And he was trying to explain it. And so, after many moons of experimenting, I finally got it. And he'll, even when I think it's time to take it out, I'll tell him, hey, come over here and see if this is brown enough. No, I'll go a little bit longer. But it's not a burnt brown. It don't taste burnt whatsoever. It's good, but it's not, I shouldn't say that we're frying squash because it's not a battered fried squash. I don't know. It's a country thing. So anyway, I thought I'd show y'all how to do that. And y'all can try it if you like it. It's good. I mean, it is good, but it's just not traditional fried squash. I guess is what I'm saying. Now, I like squash anyway. I can eat it, you know, fried, crispy fried. I like it stewed with onions. I like squash casseroles. I love squash. So, anyway, I ain't got my knife skills working too good today. I'm going slow. Okay, so there's the squash. I'm gonna get a little bowl. I might need a bigger bowl. Let's see. Y'all know what one of my pet peeves are watching people cook? You know, YouTube channels, Facebook, whatever, is when they're mixing up something and their bowl's not big enough. That drives me crazy. You know, they'll fill it up, and this one ain't big enough. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna have to get a bigger bowl. But they'll fill it up, and then they start adding all these ingredients, and they're stirring it, and the stuff is flying. Oh gosh, that drives me insane. I can't handle it. So, we're gonna go a little bigger. Just messed up that bowl, but gosh, y'all. Oh, please, I'm coming. I gotta get the flour. Oh, that sounded country. I get the, gotta get the flour. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're gonna add some salt. I'm gonna add about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. We're gonna add some pepper. You just squeeze away to your liking. Mix that up. Now you can cut up an onion to go in here too, and it's really good, but I've got those onions that we're gonna put on the chicken, so I'm gonna skip that part. Just kind of get all this stirred up. And then we're just going to do a light, this is about 1/4 of a cup, and I'm not even going to use all of that. Still got that much left. And it's just a light coating. I'm not dipping it in egg. I'm not dipping it in buttermilk to bread it. I'm just putting a light coat of flour on this dry, well, it's not dry, it's kind of, you know, slightly moistened the inside of the squash on this dry squash. Kind of mixing it up. I am going to go ahead and put the rest of it. So that's about 1/4 of a cup. And those are 3 pretty good size squashes. Okay, now I'm going to pan, sorry I was messing with that, I'm going to get a pan and I'll bring it over to the stove while we start cooking these, and then while these are cooking, and I cook them low and slow. You know, I cook them low and slow on the stove in butter. My oven's preheated, so we'll go over there, we'll get these started, and then we'll come back and assemble our chicken. Okay, la la la. This oven on. And I have got, that's about a tablespoon and a half, no, about 2.5 tablespoons. I'm just eyeballing. That was just butter that I had left in packages. Alright, we're going to get this melted down. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, the butter's just about melted, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn my eye down to low simmer. And then we're going to add the, what are these called? Yellow crooked neck squash. Okay, I'm just leaving them alone. Just going to leave them alone. Let them hang out. Now what flour was put on this squash, that butter soaks it up very good, a lot. So I may have to go back and add some more kind of fat, probably avocado or olive oil to it. But we'll see. I'm going to the lid, which will keep moisture in there too, to help soften it up. And we're just going to let it go. Okay? Should have done this before I hit record. I'm thirsty. Okay, now we're going to get to the chicken. Slide our chicken over here. Now then, I am going to, let me use these. I got these little watermelon little paper plates that my daughter brought, so I'm going to use one of these. And I'm going to take 1, 2, 3 of the chickens and set aside, because I am going to make some chicken salad out of that. Then I am, instead of dirtying up another pan, we'll go with that. Let's go down. Let's go down. I'm going to use the same pan, but you see there's a lot of grease that came out. So I am going to try to sop up some of that. My granny would say, sop it up with a biscuit. Okay. Trying to arrange them where they'll look pretty. Okay, and just a disclaimer before I get really started on this. I would normally put bacon on this too while I'm topping it, but I had yesterday BLTs for lunch and last night a hamburger with bacon on it, so we're just not going to do the bacon. We're not going to do the bacon. Okay, so what we're going to do, I got Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Just a minute, I'm a little brushy. Okay, so we're going to put a layer of barbecue sauce. You put as much or as little as you want. And this is, I'm going to say I made up this recipe, but I'm sure people have done this before. It's probably out there somewhere. But to me, I made up this recipe. But it is inspired by the the Outback. What is their chicken called? That smothered chicken. Alice Springs chicken. I think that's what it's called. It's Alice Springs chicken. But with the home dupe for Alice Springs chicken is you do a honey mustard instead of a barbecue sauce. You do a honey mustard instead of barbecue sauce. And, you know, you can do, I think that Outback uses, they do bacon and like Kobe Jack cheese on top or something like that. And they made, I don't know if they do mushrooms and onions. I can't remember. I did make the dupe years ago, but now I can't remember. But I do remember that it has a honey mustard. I mean, you can buy a honey mustard sauce or you can make one up of your own. Or they probably got the dupe out there for Outback honey mustard sauce somewhere. Okay, so we've got the barbecue sauce on this chicken. Okay, so now I'm going to do some onions, some of our caramelized grilled onions. Yummy, 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 yummy. Yummy. Don't fall off. Don't fall off. Okay, and then some of these mushrooms, which are probably going to fall off. But just put them on there as best you can. I love mushrooms. I thought about getting some mycelium and trying to grow my own. But I don't think it's something that a beginner can just go out there and throw some mycelium down in a shaded area and poop. I don't know though. But we do have a place that's not close, that's pretty close to my house, that you can buy all that stuff to. It's what it is. It's a mushroom farm that you can go to, and you can buy the stuff to grow your own, and they tell you exactly how to do it and all that. So I thought I might venture into something like that. I need to wipe my hands off. Okay, and now we're going to top it with the cheese. I've got my oven preheated to 375. I'm going, because this won't take long to melt down and all that, so I'm going to finish these off, and then we'll go back to the squash and get that all cooked up pretty good before we put these in. And we'll have to get my baggie of cheddar cheese and get a little bit more out. But okay, so I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, my husband's on the phone, but I just wanted to show you real quick that the squash is very, very tender. So I took the top off. I'm going to kick it up just a little bit so it's going to start browning, and we're going to put the chicken in the oven. Okay, still working on the squasholas. I would eat it like this, but it's not brown enough at all. So we're just going to keep it going. I've got the chicken in the oven. It's got a few more minutes. Cheese getting all melty and gooey. So we're just going to keep on trucking. Okay guys, it's browning up. There's some darker brown spots in there, but it's not burnt. Don't worry. And it probably don't look very appetizing. But it is good. You just cook it to death. And him even some bright yellow bits, he'd say, needs to be darkened a little bit more. But it is just squash mush that's brown. Chicken's just about done. This is just about done. And I will see you back in a minute when I plate it up. And I was going to show you too, I just got a little bowl, and I put a paper towel and dip this in here because it does have a lot of residual butter in here. So I do like to soak up as much as that in the paper towel as I can. I'm just going to let it sit here and drain in that. And then, oh, get off there, don't burn on the stove. Okay, got it. Got it, we're good. I think we're almost there. Here she comes, Miss America, Miss America. Oh gosh, that looks scrumptious. And I need to move it over because that eye's so hot. Keep on cooking. There it is. Show you close up. Doggone, that looks amazing. Doggone. Looks good. Looks good. Looks very good. Okay. We're going to taste it. I'm going to taste the chicken first. Ooh, it's tender. Okay. Get some mushroom, onion. Wow. That is so good. Restaurant quality right there. And then the squashy. Very good too. Very buttery and creamy. It's good. Delicious. So I hope you make this recipe. Very, 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 very good. So I will see y'all next time. Thanks for being here. Don't forget, please hit the subscribe button and like this video. Drop me a comment below if you've ever heard of doing squash this way. And I will see y'all next time.